is that?
Hello Lumen, this is Noki, aka Dr. Noki.
Wait, I didn't even start.
I am a textile collagist, remit being Dada, modern Dadaism. My forefront change was I cut up the t-shirt to get my ABC, was the Dada's cutout books. From that has come, I'm known as the mashup artist, and that mashup is basically going into the landfill, mountains, and plucking textiles in search to create the perfect collage I can do at that time. This is a classic custom built. I'm gonna not tell you the brand, but it's a classic, respected brand. Italian, yes, but I think what you could pull and disassemble, because I'm wearing it, it says Noki on it. This ABC says another brand. It's custom built with my stealth sleeves from another tracksuit. And I'm not going to say the names because it's advertising again, but it's a very, very prestigious sports brand. And I do a specific stealth sleeve from tracksuit bottoms, which I then custom build in as sleeves. So to give you an idea, there's the pocket. And there's the... So so these ideas are taking the normal and making it extra abnormal. And just seeing ways forward with textiles as commodity, embracing the brand leftovers as ideas, and being able to create a solution, a positive solution for the future that students can, and fans, or whatever you want to call people that are interested in something, an idea that things can evolve. Now that evolution is, you've all got wardrobes for the textiles, and I just basically have a formula to pluck those things out of your wardrobe and re-represent them to the custom build technique, not the fashion design technique, and take the ordinary and make it extraordinary. First time I sewed two together to create the Noki zine, freaked people out because one of them was upside down. So the brand was being represented upside down.
Yeah.
As part of the pages, because I was following a Dada's kind of format and they use paper, I use textiles. For me, being a dyslexic, I thought what was written and printed on a t-shirt was more important to me than what was written in a hook. So I think somewhere on the line I've had to get a grip of my what's called, a problem, dyslexia, not being able to learn, or one of those kids that failed at school, and take responsibility for my brain that's jumbling up words so I couldn't understand learning and teaching. And I think that's how I've been able to, positive mental health wise, embrace my dyslexia and cut up the brand and its ABC and re-educate myself, and at the same time have fun with a style statement through the style of Noki. And when I teach, I can then spread that idea to other dyslexics. And not everybody's got dyslexia, but I understand that, but I seem to connect quite heavily with people that have dyslexia and ADHD. I think because I embrace a chaoticness of the border, I think, and seem to find a formula that I came from. I grew up with my brother's punk scene back in the early 80s, and then by the time 88 came along, I was like 16, 17 with those. I just slowly disappeared from the punk scene and I was in the rave scene, because as it was a kid to me, it just made sense to my brain, and I'm a dancer. So I operated and danced in a specific rave way, and I've got wavy hair, not straight spiky hair, do you know what I mean? So all that punk aesthetic had gone, and I think I just dripped in t-shirt branding and baggies and hoodies and rucksacks and all that stuff now, which is normality. When we wore it, we were seen as the new punks, Our tracksuit tops were studded leather jacket, our long drippy hair was the roper, the trainers wore the DM boot, So then we were tribalism of our kind,
people were scared of this because in the papers it's all about drugs, it's all about so we were like ganged as the underdog Boblin. But when you're in that from such an early age, you gang together. Tribalism is really strong. You start to hunt down the tracksuit, hunt down the trainer, start to hunt and gather.
What do you create today?
We're just doing this croc hood and just doing it's a personal piece, but I made the sleeves long and I needed to do a fold back.
So it looked like a layer, so it was
sort of folded back in itself, so pretty down.
Just with a rose stitch, with a heavy.
It's got functional, a little bit decorative. Frankenstein, Dr. Noki, butterfly stitches. So the custom build is fresh and raw as an excellence under this umbrella, and it will slowly cross-pollinate into the dancers once they get their head around it, you know what I mean? And, it's sort of, so it's just it's a slow process, you know what I mean?
Well, I suppose just putting scissors anywhere near a constructed garment it creates danger because you're destroying nostalgia.
Scary conversation, shit, my eyes can't find the break. What if they say that you're a cloner? Naturally, I'm worried if I do it alone. Who really cares? 'Cause it's your life, you never know, it could be great. Take a chance, 'cause you might grow.
You're breaking its formula of being a designed piece that should never change from being designed because it's been constructed, it's been pattern cut, it's been thought through. So when my scissors go anywhere near it and then I stick them in and I cut portions of it out, you've destroyed its pattern that it was once created as. So you've created the pattern of nostalgia, because if you go second-hand shopping, you're basically just buying nostalgia. I get energy, and for me, building custom builds from the past, creating a futuristic concept and platform of Noki, Teach You Through the Nest, allows nostalgia to be sidelined, vintage to be sidelined, and modernism to be the forefront, which fashion should always be modern. Because every brand that's now being bastardized and all their first names being removed and just their second names being monetized on Nest, I basically teach one-to-one students the idea of why I started. We start with the zine. You have to go to the rail, pick 2 t-shirts and build their own zine. They have to create their own battle collage, and they change the words. They learn sewing techniques, hand sewing, using a lot of gaff tape. I use that as the block out. And I would say they're not fashion designers. I like to call them custom builders. Start humbly at a small place. I say that because fashion designers have become the problem because it's become mass industrialization of fashion through the designer concept. And, the landfill is full of patterns of mass destruction in a sense, because the brand rips off the brand, the Brits off the brand, and I think the democracy or the idea of design has meant that everybody thinks they can do the same thing. But when it comes to sportswear, it's just a sweatshirt and a t-shirt, and a pair of baggies, It's nothing. It's not like, Christabel Franciaga or Yves Saint Laurent, or Chanel. It's not the same. So a lot of the landfill is full of just really badly done, cheaply made sportswear, which is a legacy of the way. But I use a lot of that textiles because that's where I'm from, and I create these shapes and forms which have been parodied by the big brands because, I see my work is very exciting. I mean, I make things out the complete opposite of what you imagine a garment was once, and these sleeves are enough to show any fashion designer how to, and I've had the best pattern cutters that worked with the best brands look at my work and go, how the fuck did you make that shape? And they literally try and pour over it, and they still can't work out until I eventually tell them the secret, and they go, fuck off. You did not. Oh my God, for me to make that sleeve would be stupid hours, absolutely stupid hours, and then to manufacture it would be too high, So that's really interesting. That's the stuff I like to be able to sort of bring to the table. It's like an impossibility is possible.
bigger monster than the regime beforehand.
I did.
You know,
It's actually so bad.
so being called a revolutionist or a anarchist is not helpful for my work because its connotations are so steeped in historical kind of concept of negativity that I don't want that baggage in my brand. If I'm creating an art brand, I don't want. I would elevate and move on with positivity and understanding that there can be positive change. Putting the teardrop in that the punk is dead, but is it there? Putting our head on a medieval stick, sticking in the positive change of NHS with the Knockley House of Sustainability, creating a new narrative of London, new London, and then having the Bambi iconography of Butchell Bambi in the Sex Pistols world, but having it upside down. And putting the two together to create this scene, deconstructing the biker leather jacket with the icon of its time, and to produce that for it. Talk about our tracksuits with the biker leather of its time. Together, one Bambi t-shirt, one Blondie t-shirt, two of the biggest icons of punk scene to create a new narrative of what is punk, what is rave, and what is not. Bread is one of the first advancements of humankind. So when they killed the rabbit to eat, it disassembled it. They ate the food, so the meat. They wore the pelt for clothing, but before they could do that, they had to work out how to assemble the pelt. So the fine bones in the rabbit became the needles, the sinew became the threads. So that was the first time that they could then patchwork together the pelts to make clothing.